you can always have your parents, your teachers, your mentors, friends, anybody say, how great you are and what type of leader you are, but unless you truly believe in yourself, you're not going to believe it until you're seeing that in yourself.
Welcome back to Live at the Hive. I'm your host, Janice Jokkel, and today I am so excited for you to meet our next guest. She is a lifelong liver here in Medina County, and she just took on a new role, and I'm so excited for you to meet her. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so tell our viewers, what do you do?
Sure. So I am the Executive Director of Main Street Wadsworth, and I just started the role about 4 weeks ago, so very new.
Yeah, and what did you do to lead up to what you're doing today?
Sure. So I actually have my background in theater and business management. I went to Ashland University for school, and then I started working at the Akron Civic Theater as our executive assistant, and then later in our foundation and individual giving, so working with our donors to raise funds for that almost 100-year-old historic theater.
Wow, that's exciting. So I know you're only 4 weeks in, and before we started this show, she said she felt like she was drinking out of a fire hose. So out of those 4 weeks of drinking out of a fire hose, what do you think you're going to project loving about your new role?
So I think the thing for me is I love Medina, I love the community. So in the last 4 weeks, I've gotten to meet everybody from the board of directors to the city administration to the business owners and just community individuals. And so I think just getting to meet people and see why they also love Medina County and choose to live here.
So what do you think Wadsworth needs right now? Like, what do you think that what talents are you going to bring that will absolutely infiltrate and change the trajectory of Wadsworth?
Sure. So I'm young and energetic. Yeah. I grew up here in Medina and chose to come back and live in Medina, work in Wadsworth because of the community. So I feel with my new perspective, also having worked in Summit County, bringing a new lens to it, but also working with the community is a great balance of older adults, but also young families. So getting to work with those young families and the whole community, but to come up with new ideas, new events, and things just to bring people downtown, I think will be the thing that I'm looking forward to bringing.
Well, that's fantastic. You say that you're a lifelong liver here in Medina County, so tell us a little bit about that journey.
Sure. So my dad was also lifelong Medina resident. Grew up on a family horse farm south of Medina Square. And so went to college in Ashland, and while I was in Ashland, I actually commuted to school. So fully lived here my entire life.
Good. So you didn't get that. Okay, good.
But it was one of those, I couldn't get too far from home. And so when I decided to work in Akron, I was commuting, making that 30-minute drive. And so when I eventually moved to Wadsworth 3 years ago, it was how can I still be close to my parents, who I'm very close with, in our family farm, but also have my own independence. And so when I started working in Akron and I saw the job posting, I decided a little closer to home, I can actually walk to work, drive, 5-minute drive to work. So I loved getting to be closer to home.
Good. So tell our viewers, what is Main Street? Like, what is that signature piece to a community? Because not every big city, or city has that. So what is Main Street?
Sure. So Main Street actually formed almost 30 years ago, an unofficial organization that put on events and helped the downtown. And so about 10 years ago, we received our 501c3 status and started working with Main Street programs all across Ohio with Heritage Ohio and Main Street organizations over the country. And so with that, it's a 4-point system. So we work with economic vitality, design, promotions, and operations. So we do everything from events like our First Fridays, which are the first Friday of every month in a different theme.
You'll find those on our community calendar on community330.com. So that's good.
We'll have June is our safety services, but doing different events that bring people downtown, as well as the Candlelight Walk, our annual Scare on the Square, which is our big thriller dance that brings
Yeah.
thousands of people.
Yeah.
But then we also do a lot with working with the businesses in renovating their facades of their buildings and different ways to pull community members into their shops and support
good.
local.
Well, that's fantastic. I am all about keeping local dollars local. So that's awesome. Well, we're going to end with words of wisdom. What words of wisdom would you like to share with our viewers today?
Sure. So I think the biggest thing would be to believe in yourself. You can always have your parents, your teachers, your mentors, friends, anybody say, you know, how great you are and what type of leader you are. But unless you truly believe in yourself, you're not going to believe it until you're seeing that in yourself. So have that faith and that belief that you can do it, because you can. You just need to recognize that.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing young driver. So I am so excited for your new role and your new vision through that lens that you shared with us. Folks, we thank you for tuning into our show. We really appreciate you, and we appreciate that you have watched our show on Armstrong. Until the next time we have another community connector on our show, toodles.
Armstrong is proud to support the community and local businesses. As an Armstrong Business Solutions customer, the team at the Biz Hive supports their community through Armstrong's high-speed internet connection and reliable service. Watch Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on Channel 100 or visit Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube.